Hello everyone, and welcome to the Morning Metaphysical Report. This report is for the week of August 30th to September 6th. So welcome. My name is Lysander. I'm a clairvoyant psychic, and this is my wife, Eliza, also known as the Kitchen Witch. So welcome. We are here to share with you the weekly astrological forecast, the weekly reading, and the weekly joyful living tip.
All right.
Anything you want to add?
I haven't had coffee yet.
Neither of us have. Do you want to take a moment to do that?
I'll start pouring. How about
Okay.
you start telling us about what's happening in astrology this week and all the crazy planets and stuff.
All right, so let's take a look at the old notes. This week in astrology, this is discussing the energy of the week ahead, affecting all of us. And so we have a few different things happening. On September 1st is the full moon in Pisces. So for those of you who follow my channel, I will be doing a ritual that day, so check out events for that. But the energy of this full moon, it brings illumination into our inner self. It brings that soft illumination into our subconscious, our intuition, and our deeper psyche. Pisces is very watery, but in a depths kind of way. So it's a great energy to work with if you want to do subconscious work or dream work or open your intuitive capacity. So yeah, it's good. If you have a North Node in Pisces, working with the full moon when it's in your North Node sign can be very helpful in fulfilling those qualities. Okay, so I'm going to talk about some of the aspects throughout the week next. So this week we're seeing a lot of things happening with Mercury, Mars, and Venus. So we are being mentally engaged and may be turning a critical eye to our relationships and what we're feeling about our romantic partners or other important figures, but primarily romantic. Turning a critical and thoughtful eye to the choices we've been making, especially throughout this year. The places where we're stuck and any dilemma that we're being faced with of any kind, especially ethical dilemmas. And we may be contending with a lot of different feelings, although that's not too unusual lately. Taking a quick look here. On Friday especially, Venus, Mercury, and Mars are kind of dancing with each other, really instigating a lot of feelings and trying to sort things for ourselves.
Doesn't this sound exciting, folks? Aren't you excited?
During all this, Mercury's in Virgo, so it's not just turning a critical eye and thinking about things we may possibly feel neurotic, or ideally we'll turn a intellectual meticulousness and actually sort things. It really depends on how we choose to respond to things, and remember that.
Remember to keep your head focused on resolving issues, not allowing them to cause you to have a nervous breakdown and throw yourself against walls.
Yes. All right. Then on Saturday, the 5th, Mercury changes signs from Virgo into Libra. So our mental state, the way our intellect kind of expresses itself, our expression, especially communicating with other people, shifts into a place of being very even-minded, concerned with cooperation, harmony, justice, and feeling like we're coming together with those around us. This can be good, because harmony is good and cooperation is good, but be mindful that you're not trying to go along to get along. That's kind of the downside of Libra, being too accommodating just for the sake of keeping the peace. So
there's nothing wrong with peace. Keep your boundaries.
Yeah.
For sure. It's important to everybody.
And the day after, Sunday the 6th, Venus moves from Cancer into Leo.
All right.
So Venus concerns our relationships, especially romantic, and our hearts, as well as our sense of beauty. So the focus shifts to ourselves, which is good and timely, I think. Who it is we are and who it is we want to be, especially specifically in your relationships. Who you are and who you want to be in a relationship. Whether, it's different from who you are as an individual. It's like when you're with a person, who are you? What is your role that you tend to express?
I hear a lot of archetype readings in my future.
Yeah. And this also will reveal the players, so to speak, not like people who
are playing.
Who are playing, but literally the people in relationships, all the players on the stage, as it were, who the other people are in your relationship. So not only highlighting who you are, who being with certain people makes you, so to speak, to put it clumsily, but also who the other people are. It's something really important we don't always think about. We're always we want to be in a relationship, but we don't think about what that means.
Right.
What does it mean to be with another person? Who are you? Who are they? What's happening?
Yeah, I think it's something that is very important, and it's good that the planets are going to align for us to really focus on that aspect. Who I am with you every single day in my relationship isn't who I am when I hang out with my bro.
Mm-hmm.
And we play video games and eat pizza. Because that's a totally different side of me than anybody sees.
It's important to think about your internalized relationship roles and if that reflects who you really are, or if it's a rut you fall into, and taking responsibility for making different choices and choosing to express yourself, not just falling into a pattern. So that actually plays into a lot of the other aspects. And that's the astrology for the week ahead. So some influences to keep in mind.
As crazy as all that emotional trauma llama drama feels and sounds, compared to what we were dealing with in July, I feel like that's going to be easy to deal with. In July, it was every other planet was you made choices and you should deal with it.
So September, my intuitive feeling about September as a whole is that it's going to be very kind of, what's the word? Even, stable.
Even, stable.
So whether, that could be good or bad, depending on wherever you are, there's a sense of kind of staying there for the next few months, kind of process.
Which is kind of nice. I mean, I don't know about the rest of you this year, but it feels like my life has been doing this. I'm good for a little bit of just flatline.
Some plateau.
So your impressions of September are that it's going to be very stable and very even.
Yeah, hitting a plateau. So again, for each individual, that might be a good or bad thing, depending on your individual circumstances. And obviously your choices will trump the overall flow of things, but that's the general feeling in the world.
Great. Let's see, my impressions for the month ahead, talking to the earth and harmonizing with that, is that there's going to be a lot of turbulence in the environment, and I get the impression that the best way to pull through that is going to stay focused on home. This is going to be a great time, especially with winter coming. It's a great time for you to clean, turn over your home, get it set up so that it's more of a nest, more of a security place, because it's going to be a long winter.
Yes. And
so take the stability that September is offering and build your home into a real sanctuary. It's going to be the downtime you need to build that, energetic sanctuary up.
Yes. September's also a 9-month. So it's a month of conclusions.
Everything's going to come to an end, and then we're going to be going into some new beginnings, which is really great.
So that's talking super, super generally.
Yes, that's very open-ended. That is the vibe of September. September's vibe is very stable and nurturing.
All right. So do we want to do joyfulness or?
We can do joyfulness. Joyfulness is actually geared towards that whole.
Well, right.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get coffee in my system here. I'm sorry, I keep squinting at the computer because it's like across the room and I can't see it very well. No, I need to be able to click on the things.
Oh, right, yeah.
I'm trying to control the show and I can't see it. I've got the right one, that's okay.
Okay, great.
So, joyfulness. The joyfulness thought is movement, and this has a lot to do with us going into September and into that place of stability. So our affirmation for this week, of course, comes from The Universe Has Your Back deck by Gabrielle Bernstein. I love this deck. I use it every week. And the card is, my vibes speak louder than my words. And the reason that I chose to pair this with movement, this idea of movement, is that when we move our bodies, we create a vibe, we create a positivity and a personal power that we're kind of spreading into the world around us. So whether you're walking, running, dancing, doing yoga, just pacing around your house, I do that all the time, creating that sense of movement not only freshens up your own energy, pushing out all that negativity and pushing out all that stale energy and creating and bringing in new energy, but it helps you generate more personal power. So as you're moving your body and you're dancing and you're walking and you're out in nature and whatever it is that you like to do, you're building on your own personal power, which is going to expand into not only your home, excuse me, not only your home and your personal space, but in the way that you interact and act with other people. It helps firm up your boundaries. It helps protect you from negative vibes and negative intentions. And of course, it's healthy. Moving your body is incredibly healthy for you. So this week's joyfulness thought is move your body. Create some movement in your life. Dance. Yeah, do you want to add anything to that? Otherwise, that's what I got.
No, nothing.
All right, guys. So this week's affirmation, my vibes speak louder than my words. Get out there, keep that intention in mind, and do some moving. All right. There it is.
Great. So next, I would like to share with you the reading of the week. We're going to be using cards today. And so this reading comes from the Wisdom of Avalon Oracle cards. Woohoo! Avalon! And so I'm actually going to be drawing the cards for us now. This is a collective reading to give you insight and guidance into the week ahead.
Just to answer a comment, no, Nancy, you're not the only one that just paces around your house. I do that so much. I will, if I'm not dancing and I feel like the house needs a little fresh movement, I'll actually just pace around my house, room to room, walk through my rooms, and just move that energy around with my whole person. It's healthy. And it's good for your home. You ever do that thing where you like breathe in and it like catches in your throat and you just cannot talk again? It's crazy.
So we have two cards. And I strongly feel as though, for the most part, for some of you, one card or the other will apply.
Okay. That's funny.
So we have truth and movement. I'm going to read truth first.
Told you I was feeling movement this week, man. Even the cards said movement. I'm onto something.
So we're super far away and can't easily get to the camera.
You
truth.
can see it. I know you can.
Truth in word and deed is what is required of you by drawing this marker. As well as resonating with your own personal truth, it's important now to demand the same from others. Let's see. This marker reminds you to remain in the light, even if it seems like a more difficult path. Truth will build a bridge across a chasm. And this card is a reminder to really tap into yourself, or like feel truth for yourself, not just whatever you're reading or what other people are saying or what the majority of people are thinking, or even what the group you tend to travel in is thinking and saying. or friends or family, whatever, it's really important to tap into here and say, is what I'm expressing truth, and is what I'm taking in from hearing from other people or taking in from the world truthful? Or is even engaging with any of it the best thing for me? So it's really important to get centered.
Be open to that truth. A lot of us know that it's not healthy to interact with the world or with certain people, but we aren't willing to accept that truth. So be open to accepting truth. Exactly.
So that's really important, because if you're really grounded here, it can guide you through everything. And importantly, we kind of keep our equilibrium and kind of remain pretty unaffected by everything. Yeah. All right. Now the next card is movement. So obviously it's possible that some of you will find both applicable, but I do strongly feel they're separate messages. So, all right, movement. Just for a moment.
What was I just saying?
So, this marker reminds you that all things change as part of the cycle of life. This may portend a physical move or heralds a release from restriction and waiting. Rejoice, for changes in the air and new things are about to enter your world. This puts you on notice that it's time to broaden your horizons as you move forward on your path. You may travel to new and foreign places, both physically and inwardly. It is fortunate and timely to do so. Nothing is ever meant to be static. Movement brings challenges that must not be resisted, for progress can only be made by letting go of what was and welcoming what is and what is yet to come. So this is considered a positive omen in the deck. And I feel that's a really important point. Letting go of what was and kind of being willing to be in the present and open to what is ahead of us. Trying to recapture the past, whether it's a situation, way of life, relationship, feeling.
You gotta let it go. Let it drift down.
It keeps you closed from taking in new good things.
Kind of going back to what I was saying about the joyfulness and about moving in your own home and how that dissolves static. On a spiritual level, when we let go of the past and we allow the movement of life to carry us forward, we're getting rid of the static and we're actually expanding our own personal power, and we're creating more positive energy within our home and within ourselves. And something that I really enjoy doing, what I really enjoy doing is when I'm feeling emotional, I actually dance. Because that physical movement and kind of working through, and I listen to angry songs or sad songs and I dance to them. There's something about pairing the physical motion of dancing with the actual process of movement and letting go and releasing and going forward. So I recommend that to anybody who's brave enough to put on a good song and go crazy in their bedroom. I'm just saying. It's very, very therapeutic and spiritually nourishing.
So in regards to a comment, but kind of off topic, it's finally starting to cool down here too, thank God.
In Idaho, we're actually able to wear like proper clothing again. I feel like for the last 2 weeks, I've been walking around in like short shorts and like a cami, trying not to die.
Heat tolerance is pretty low.
My heat tolerance is 0. I 76 degrees and I'm crying about how hot it is, so that's me. But I go the opposite direction like a champ. It can be 40 degrees outside and I'm still walking down the street in jeans and a t-shirt, like no big deal.
Yeah.
I got this. The metal in my body hates it.
Yeah.
But as long as my hips are warm, I'm good.
All right. Well, that brings
us around. Here we go.
This week's Morning Metaphysical Report to a close. We're going to take a quick intermission and then begin Sunday morning coffee.
Sunday coffee, everybody!
Join us on my page, Lysander Xanthus, Clairvoyant Psychic, for that. What else?
That's it.
Please take care of yourselves this week.
Yes, take care of yourself. Also, there's Kat in the camera. Say hello to Rush, everybody. Hi, Rush. Go. Please don't knock down the coffee. Come here.
Huh. we appreciate you watching and hope that this has brought some insights and that it serves you well this week. And we'll see you again next Sunday. So be blessed. Also, a big thank you to our patrons for continuing to support us. If you'd like to support MMR and its evolution through time, visit patreon.com/Morning Metaphysical Report. Well, bye then. Arash. And of course, thank you to everyone who watches and shares the video. Bye for now.